All right, everybody, what's happening? And welcome to the Thanksgiving edition of SWAC Smoke, man. You got your boy C Wells, got Jamie G over here. He here. Y'all can't see him right now, but he here, and he gonna be checking in with us, and we're gonna do what we do. We're gonna chop it up, have a little fun on Thanksgiving, talk football like we do, and everything in between. So, man, Jamie G, how you doing today?
Man, I'm good, C Wells. I'm on the road headed back to Jackson, man. Happy Thanksgiving, Sweat Smoke, man.
Hey, yeah, man. Y'all know how it go. Thanksgiving, mean Turkey Day Classic, mean Bayou Classic, and we're gonna talk about them games in a minute. But we're gonna run through some of these games that took place last week, because last week was like nobody wants to win the SWAC West, bro. I feel like nobody wants to win it. It's just crazy. I feel like we need to do.
You
I feel
sure
like we
about
need
that?
to
But
do.
nobody want to win it.
Yeah, man. I feel like we need to do what I suggested and put together a West All Star team, man, and just and just send them boys to the SWAC championship because no team wants to win this title, man. So somebody gonna have to win it at the end of the day. So this Saturday, the West will finally be solved, and the winner will go to Jackson to await their fate. So man, let's go ahead and start.
Yeah, wait, they think.
You like that,
Yeah,
huh?
you right about that.
You like hey,
But they
it's
know
like a
what's coming
video.
next.
It's like a video game, man. The final boss is waiting for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got that.
Jackson State, M. Bison and the Kuma coming
That's
up
what I'm
next, man.
saying, bro. Throwing that electricity and all that stuff at you, boy. You better be ready. But man, that's all. Let's go ahead and start talking about these games from last week. We'll just start with the big one, man. Prairie View dropped a 27-20 game, of 27-7 game to Valley, man. Valley looked like they wasn't gonna start off too good, but they played a good second half. 27 unanswered points in the second half.
Oh yeah. Valley didn't start off well, but they ended it well. So hey, if y'all gotta put little Hennessy, a little whatever in your hand, pull up
Yeah,
one for Valley right now, man.
yeah,
Cause it's a party.
I got my cup right here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Salute the Valley. Now I'm gonna keep it real. I'm one of them people, man. I feel like once you hit a certain point in the season, you shouldn't really be looking for teams to help. So I was honestly thinking Prairie was gonna win this game. So I didn't even concern myself with it. But Valley, man, like I said, they a different team at home, and they fought hard. They turned the ball over a couple times early, but second half they came with it. Pick six, offense woke
hmm
up. They Valley defense was a dog in that second half, and Prairie View,
Yes,
I don't
sir.
know. It looked like they quit, man.
hmm I told you, see, well though, last week I said if that game was in Valley, I was picking Valley to put that upset, man. It's hard to beat them dudes and end up beating them, man. I don't know what that field got some sort of magic or something on it, but it's hard to beat Valley and end up beating on that field. I told you that new grass a
You
monster,
you
man.
said you said it, man, and like I mean, like I say, that Delta up in the Delta, man, them Devils, they got a weird magic that happens when they're at home, and
Mhm.
Prairie View fell victim to it, man. Like they just looked like a totally different team at the halftime. And Valley came ready to. Coach Dancy had them boys ready, man. And the one thing I say about Valley is no matter whether you blow them out or you beat them close or they win, Valley never gonna give up. They're gonna always fight and they're gonna play hard. And they did that and they got them a big victory. And they sent the West into a spiral. Um, Everything got crazy after that. So um,
Mhm.
the next game was another game that had a lot to do with the West, and that's Alabama A&M got a big victory over Texas Southern 24-20.
Oh yeah, man. I was so sad because Texas Southern was up 20-3 at one point, and then they just blew the lead when Body got injured, man. Man, you know if Texas Southern would have won that game, they would have been in the championship, man.
Yeah, man, and I'm a keep it real with you. When I after I watched the Valley game, I took a nap, bro. When Texas Southern was up 20-3, I took a nap. So I was like, hey, TSU got this, I'm not even worried about it. it'd be good to see them get to the championship. And I woke up and I looked at the score and it was 24-20. I was like, what happened? And like you said, Andrew Body got hurt, but he had a touchdown that they knocked the ball out and TSU, Alabama got the ball and scored. And ultimately he got hurt and the backup just couldn't do anything. So, that was a big missed opportunity for Texas Southern, but Alabama A&M, they really Xavier Langford had a big fourth quarter, man. He made a bunch of big plays for them that they hadn't been making all season. So I thought that they played pretty well. Yeah, Big Thrillo, I figured you would be, man. That game.
What my boy Los J?
I know Los J probably somewhere eating some turkey. But man,
Jay said he was supposed to see me in the SWAC championship, man. I was looking forward to it. Now they disappointed me now.
Man, I think me and a lot of other people. I know I was like, man, TSU got this. Like I say, you up, and those are the kind of games, man, that can really turn you in a different direction. But I thought this team still had a good season. To a lot of people picked them last, and they had a chance to make the championship. You can't ask for much more than that. But that's a tough way to lose a game, man. If they score, that game is over. If they pick up a first down or two after the first A&M touchdown, they still win. So they just couldn't, losing Andrew Body just really hurt the offense in a big way.
Yeah, man, I kind of hate to see Body went out like that, because that flu game, man, he was a monster against Grambling, man. And I thought Texas Southern really had that game in the bag, and I think I turned it and watched another game. I think I was watching Jackson State Alcorn last week, and looked up, hey, Alabama A&M ended up getting them, man. I sure hate that happen.
Yeah, especially, like I say, you don't ever want an injury to play a factor in a game, and for your quarterback to go down like that. I really hate to see that. Andrew's a great kid, man. A great young man, and I hope he's doing okay, man. If any of my TSU people out there know anything going on with it, man, y'all let me know, because I don't like to see anybody get injured, man, and that's just a tough situation to go through at the end of your season. When you got a chance to make some history. So I think TSU gonna definitely be a factor next season. I hope don't nobody think that TSU gonna fall off. I don't think they're gonna fall off. I think they're gonna continue to grow and get better. So, happy Thanksgiving, my brother, and welcome. Hopefully, they continue to grow and get better and make the West even crazier. That's a good point. Big Thrillo basically said that TSU kind of played not to lose, and when you do that, that can hurt you. When you play not to lose, you're probably gonna lose. If you continue to play football the way you were playing the first three quarters, you win that game going away. And sometimes, that's an experience that teams have to go through sometimes to get over that hump of winning. So, I think the team gonna take this and build on it. Let this be their motivation to build on it.
So with that, TSU fan, do you think McKinney need another shot? Opportunity?
Yeah, I think they came out and basically said they're gonna give him another go at it, and I think he deserved it, man. When you look at what he had when he came in and where they started at, and where they at now, sometimes the wins and losses don't really add up like the growth of a team. This team is a lot better than what their record is, and potentially they got a potential victory over who made the team that may be the SWAC West champions, shutout victory over a team who might have won the SWAC West. So that's something that you could take with you. They were in almost every game that they lost. So I think he got the team pointing in the right direction.
Oh yeah.
So man, let's go ahead and talk about the JSU game, man. What Alcorn looked like they was ready.
Yeah, Fred had them young man's ready. You already know how it is when you go to that reservation. The atmosphere was electric as usual. You know that game always gonna be hype down there in Norman, man. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Alcorn challenged Jack State defensive line with that run. You know, they just couldn't get that passing game going. And shout out to that quarterback. He tried Travis Hunter and he, he struck out one time with that pick six, but he wasn't really scared to go his way. And Montario Hunt for Alcorn had a heck of a game, but Shador probably played one of his worst games this season. And kind of felt like Jackson State didn't run the ball enough with Wilkerson, man. And man, shout out to that defense. That defense held it down, man. And hey, Travis Hunter, he's good as advertised. Pick
Hey,
six and a touchdown.
like Big Thrillo just posted, man. That's what the Travis Hunter game, man. If you watched that guy play in high school, then you already know that this is what he does. You know what I mean? Like this is what he does. I mean, I watched the dude come back
Mhm.
from an injured ankle, miss a couple of games, come back and catch 200 plus yards and two touchdowns and two interceptions. You know, like this guy is the truth. I mean, I don't have to tell the SWAC people that because I know y'all know this, but this guy is the truth, man. And you know, it's a reason why he ranked where he ranked. And he definitely came out and he put on a show, man. And like you said, Alcorn tried him, which, you know, Coach Brown said, you know, you shouldn't try him. But I feel like, you know, taking chances, you know, I mean, you really ain't got nothing to lose because you're already the underdog.
Mhm.
So hey, take your chances. And he made him pay, but you know, you got to go at him. But he proved that if you go at me, I'm gonna make you pay. So you kind of come up big like that. And
Yeah.
let me ask you this, Jamie G, because Big Thrillo just posted this. I don't know if you can see it, but he was saying that he thinks Travis Hunter might be a better receiver than a corner than a DB, and I always felt that way.
I kind
What
of
you
agree
think?
with him. I agree with him, man. Hey, that man a matchup nightmare 1-on-1, bro. That dude makes some spectacular catches and receivers. He's so dynamic, man. He's just an athlete. I think he could probably harness his skills a little bit better on the coaching level when it comes to collegiate level when it comes to corner. But man, you can't take nothing from him at wide receiver, man. That dude, a monster, man.
Yeah, I mean, and when I say
He so can.
when I say I think he better at receiver than corner, I'm not saying he bad at all at corner because he elite at corner, but I think his
Mhm.
skills, you know, make like you say he's a matchup nightmare, man. He can go get it deep. You know, you could throw him something short, and he could take it to the house. He can do whatever he wants because he got the confidence to make any play that he wants. And when he on defense, he feels like the ball is his, and he gonna score. He got that prime in him, man. And I'm not trying to put that kind of pressure on a young guy, but he got that prime mentality that when he get the ball in his hands, no matter which side of the ball he on, he's gonna
Mhm.
score. So I mean, you know, you can't go wrong with whatever side of the ball you play him on. But like I said, you know, Alcorn salute. They played hard, man. You know, they gave it a go. And like you said, them young mans was playing hard. You know, Coach McNair had he had them ready. And you know, they
Man,
came out and they played hard. They just didn't have enough to get over the hump because that eraser that's JSU defense, man, is it's just tough to get through.
right. Hey, shout out to Coach Cedric Thomas too, man. That dude is an underrated defensive coordinator in the SWAC. He came out with a beautiful game plan to slow down Shador.
Yeah, I think Cedric Thomas is an underrated coach in general. Because the work he put in at Pine Bluff, you know, he got that program pointing back in the right direction. And as you see, once they changed coaches, that team started to regress. I think he's a guy that knows how to get the most out of his guys, and he's gonna have them playing hard every week. And Alcorn really came to, you know, they really came to play in this game. It looked like having a little trouble with my boy Jamie G, so hopefully he'll pop back in. But we're talking about the Florida Classic, fam. You took care of business on 41-20 over Bethune-Cookman. The game never really was in doubt. Bethune-Cookman did cut it to 7, I think, at one point, but I don't think they really had any opportunity to win this game. I don't know. You know, that's one of the things that I think he might still be feeling the effects of the previous week. You know what I mean? Like I said, he takes a lot of hits that, you know, he does that a quarterback shouldn't have to take. I think he got sacked like 5 times in this game. So if he's banged up, you know, I think this bye week will do him good. But, you know, I think he puts himself sometimes in those kind of situations that he doesn't need to be in terms of getting hit. So Alcorn's a team that's going to definitely test you defensively. They physical. Alcorn's going to get on you, and they're going to make some things happen all the time. But back to the Florida Classic, I think FAMU did what they had to do. You know, they came out and they put it on. They put it on Bethune-Cookman and Xavier Smith. Big game for him. Jamie G, he like traveling right now, so his reception ain't the best. As you can see, he kind of cut off, so hopefully he be able to rejoin me. If not, then y'all know I got this. I'm gonna do what I do. But looking at the Bethune-Cookman FAMU game, man, I think salute to Xavier Smith, man. That guy he's had a great career at FAMU. It's amazing that this guy was a walk-on at FAMU, man. You know, that just goes to show you sometimes that those stars don't always matter. But, you know, I mean, he's a playmaker and he's a guy who is a security blanket for Musa. 5 catches this week, 773 yards, 1 touchdown. You know, big season for him as a whole. And I think, you know, he has a chance to win some national awards. FAMU finished with a 9-game winning streak. Unfortunately, or however you want to look at it, they did not make the playoffs. Their resume was pretty much the same as last year. I think the committee people said that the D2 game is what hurt them, but they played. Yeah, I think he said it was coming from Vicksburg, so you know how that go. So you know that route. But I think with them saying that they came on short because of the D2 game, they had a D2 game last year as well. But I think South Carolina State not being as good hurt them this season. I feel like, you know, I guess they did enough. Yeah, I think they did. I think they should have made it, man. I mean, I'm not a big proponent of the playoffs, but I feel like that they should have got in. I mean, you're taking a 7-4 Montana team that ain't really beat nobody. You're gonna say they ain't beat nobody, then they get in. Well, then FAMU should get in too. So we got Jamie G back in the house, man. You back with us?
Yeah, y'all hear me?
Oh yeah, you good.
Okay, good, yeah.
So we
Sorry
talking
about that, got knocked out.
Oh no, my brother-in-law said you must be going through Claiborne and Jefferson County right now.
Nah, I'm on 20, man. I'm almost back in Jackson, man.
But right now we kind of talk. They say Big Thrillo say sound like you in the rain. You dry right now?
Yeah, I'm in that rain, man. It's raining in Jackson, so yeah, it's a little rain. You can probably hear it. So.
Oh yeah, we getting a little rain here too. We talking about FAMU not getting in the playoffs, man. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I kind of hate that habit for FAMU not being able to get in the playoffs and being able to compete for a championship. And there was a lot of those 7-4 teams, like you were saying, got in that really didn't deserve to get in, man. And I kind of hate that a little D2 team, you know, kind of kept them from going. But I don't know if the committee was looking at FAMU's schedule and seeing that they were struggling with certain teams in the SWAC, and definitely they not out of conference opponents like Fort Valley. They struggled with for a good minute. I thought they should have blew that team out the water, man. I don't know if you know what I'm saying that they felt like, well, we did put them in there. It might be a blowout because of that 59-3 whooping Jackson State put on them. But I mean, at the end of the day, you just never know. It's football. It's it's the end of the season. You just never know who can sneak up on you. And them dudes ran 9 games straight
Yeah, I
without a
mean
loss after that. So
that I don't care what conference you play in, man. 9 games in a row is tough to do. I mean, you could play in any conference and you could slip up, from time to
mhm,
time, and they weathered all them storms and they made it through. They're a
yeah,
lot better team than they were at the beginning of the season. You know, I think some people holding it, like you said, I think they're holding that 59-3 against them, but JSU was on a roll in that game, man. I mean, that could have been
mhm,
anybody on the other sideline, and JSU would have beat them like that night because they were just on point. I think you can't. I don't think you can not let a team in because you think they're gonna get beat bad. Because in the
mhm,
playoffs, somebody always gonna get beat bad. That's just how That's just how football goes sometimes. I mean, I think a couple of teams got in that shouldn't have got in, and that threw a lot of things off because they talk about the playoffs being regionalized in the first couple rounds, but then you got a team like Idaho traveling almost 2,000 miles to Hammond to play Southeast Louisiana. That's a lot of travel to say that you trying to keep teams with short distances. And I think Montana getting in definitely threw a monkey wrench in a lot of people plans because I know a lot of people from the Big Sky and all them places that didn't even think Montana would make it. So they
mhm.
hadn't beat anybody of note if you want to look at it like that. But I think fam, you got a raw deal, man. And I salute Coach Prime for speaking out on that because I think
Mhm.
somebody got to say something. And he got the biggest voice.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. It just I think the SWAC gonna have to also too when it comes to out of conference opponents, they probably got to start playing some of these FCS schools if they can get them on their schedule. But you really can't help who you play.
Yeah, I mean, once your schedule made, you can only play with what you can who on your schedule. You can't schedule a game in the middle of the season. And I think a lot of people, like you said, I think people if people have that idea of making it, I think you're gonna have to schedule better because some people feel like even if you lose those games, it's better than playing a lower division team. But certain situations sometimes dictate that you got to play them games. But I think you have to make a decision whether you're trying to focus on getting the playoffs or you're trying to focus on winning a title and going to Celebration Bowl. But I think having the playoffs in your back pocket is a good opportunity. That's why I personally feel like having the best of both worlds, being able to do both.
True, true. What you think about if certain teams? What you think about possibly getting some more bowl games added since some of these teams getting knocked out? Like say like FCS versus SWAC champion, or I mean MEAC opponent or something. What you think about that?
I mean if you're not gonna try to hit the playoffs, I think having an extra bowl game or two, I think that's good, man. And if you look at it, um, I think it was Austin P or somebody. They were trying to get a game against somebody else who didn't make the playoffs that should have made it. That's a bowl game. So if the teams that didn't make the playoffs trying to put these games together, what does that tell you? They want to play
Right.
them in these games. So yeah, I think another game or two, I think it'd be great. I mean, that's extra
Yeah.
football game for you know 4 other teams if you do 2 games. So I mean, if you can find the right people, if the money right, then I'm with it. But the money got to be right.
Yeah, I think it was Austin P and I think it was Chattanooga.
Yeah, I think that's who it was. I couldn't think of who the other team was,
Yeah, and
and
and it was a
they
beautiful bowl setup. Then the Nissan in Tennessee, they're like, "Hey, let's meet this. Let's go to Nissan Stadium and Saturdays." I'm like, I like that idea.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you fall short, then yeah, you should be able to play another game. I mean, why should your season end if other people can play in bowl games? So, maybe maybe that can grow because I mean, you have to look at it that some of these teams are leaving the FCS because even though they're making good playoff runs, they're not making any money. So if
Mm-hmm.
you can make some money off a bowl game, I think it's gonna open up some eyes.
Yeah.
And I think this comment here from Lawrence. He said, "Fam, you got an extra spot open in the non-conference. A team like Mercer or Sanford, who are teams that are close to them, those will be a good game to pick up. I think I just believe in playing teams that are in your area. Not for really for no other reason than I think you should play those kind of teams because it helps you in recruiting. And I don't look at it like you're trying to measure up because I don't feel like we need to measure up to nobody. But I think if you can play and beat them teams in your state in your area, you can't lose.
Mm-hmm. You right about that.
But I mean that's a thing that I think gonna be talked about to the end of time, man. You got people talking about the playoffs and some people be talking about stuff and don't know what they're talking about. But I think fam, I think they should have at least got in. I mean, if they get in and lose, anybody else could have got in and lost. So I don't think you should punish the team because you think they're gonna lose.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Have you heard anything about the Southern Heritage Classic since JSU leaving?
Nah, they've been quiet as a mouse. I don't know what Fred Jones, what Fred Jones got going on. Maybe trying to get JSU back. I don't know. I ain't heard any talks about that game.
Yeah, I hadn't heard nothing. Like I haven't honestly since earlier in the year. When they had that big dust up, I hadn't heard nothing. I know that I saw. I guess it was like the Nashville paper was trying to figure out teams that might could fit in that spot, but I think like you said, unless they're trying to make that phone call again, I don't know which direction they go. But I heard on the coach. I was listening to the coaches teleconference on Monday. Somebody asked Coach McKinney about Texas Southern playing Tennessee State in a battle of the TSU's. I think that would be interesting.
Yeah, hey, I think they will appreciate the financial gain from it. I don't know if they're not gonna fill it up like if Jackson State was to play Tennessee State, but hey, why not?
Yeah, I think when that was a good. Yeah, I think I mean I don't know if it should be a classic, but a home and home I think would be good. I mean I think being able to play people that you hadn't played in a while is always a good thing. I know Eddie, like Big Thrillo said, Eddie George was he was down for it. Coach McKinney said, hey, let's do it. I think hey, more games like that, man. I mean why Tennessee State they're a free agent basically, what I'm saying? So everybody should play them every now and then. But man, before we go any farther, I want to salute James Houston, man. That dude balled out today, bro. 2 sacks and a forced. Well, I think he had a fumble recovery.
Mm-hmm.
Elevated from the practice squad like yesterday or the day before. And man, I think that dude had a coming out party, man. I salute that. That was a great game for him today.
Oh yeah. The big shout out to James Houston. I didn't get to see the plays, but maybe I'll be able to see the highlights a little later. But yeah, I already knew he was gonna do his thing when he got in. He just needed the opportunity.
Yeah, and I mean, like that's a anybody out there, man. If you're a player, pay attention to this guy, man. He didn't have the right situation in Florida. He found the right situation at JSU, became a star, got drafted, but got put on the practice squad. Never stopped balling, man. He worked his butt off, and now he got an opportunity to start in the NFL at some point, and he had a great game today. So I mean, it's multiple ways to get to the league, man. The journey is not the point. The destination is what's important. So if you can, however you get there, is how you get there. But like I said, I just want to salute him, man. I thought he played a great game, and we got a comment that say TSU travel. They travel. I don't. How far do you think TSU traveled? Though I really don't think they travel that far, but I mean, I could be wrong. I think y'all travel to play Southern.
They just travel anywhere in Texas, man, outside of Texas.
They come to Baton Rouge. I give them that. Like they even come to Baton Rouge for basketball. So I know that I know they come that far, but I don't know how far east they go past Baton Rouge. Although they don't get the journey that far most of the time.
Yeah, Texas Southern always has been a great, definitely on that hardwood. Definitely when it comes to basketball.
Oh yeah, that's their sport. I mean, basketball season they primed and ready for that. Man, let's talk about a little bit of football that's taking place this week, man. Let's go ahead and talk about that Turkey Day Classic.
Oh yeah, that game was a back and forth turnover fiasco for a point. And I think at one point each team had 3 turnovers. It turned out to be a great game in the second half. I don't know if y'all got to watch it, but man, I don't understand Eddie Robinson calling with 2 minutes so left in the game, but with a chance to ice it. You call a toss play and this dude fumble and turn the ball over and UAPB go down the field and score. And then at the end, D. Davis led a pretty decent drive down the field, and the play before they end up giving up a sack, man, he threw a beautiful ball to the receiver, dropping it. I don't know, man. Alabama State really had it in the bag, but they gave it to him, man.
Yeah, and that guy was open too. That that like you said, that was probably his best throw of the night. And you catch that ball, you at first and goal, you score most likely and win. I thought they, Pine Bluff jumped on them early. They had a couple of turnovers, and Pine Bluff was able to take advantage of it. I thought Kayvon Britton, man, I thought that boy had a good game on the ground. He carried the load for Pine Bluff because, as you know, if Pine Bluff quarterback play is not that good, and Skylar Perry got hurt, he wasn't doing great before, but he got hurt, and the backup, he's a young guy, but he has his problems. Britton, just looking at the numbers, man, 28 carries, 160 yards, and 3 touchdowns. 5.7 yards a carry. Man, he ran the ball very well for that team today.
Yeah. He had a really great game, man. Really great game. I think he had, I want to say 3 or 4 touchdowns, probably over 150 yards. He probably gonna be SWAC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, I mean, unless I don't really see nobody really put. Well, I mean, there may be a couple of people might be at the top there, but that's a tough performance to top. On the road at that, Pine Bluff winning their first FCS game of the season in your last game of the season. Yeah, it's crazy because I was watching that game, and I kept saying every time that Pine Bluff would fall behind a little bit, I would say Bama State got this game and it's over. And Pine Bluff, they didn't quit. And I think if they could have had that kind of effort all season, their record might have been different.
Oh yeah. I don't know who they're gonna get at coach, but I mean they have some looking forward and going the next season.
I think
win. That was a big win.
I think being able to close out with a win is a lot better than closing out with a loss. It gives you a bit of positivity. Man, let me answer this. I think regardless, going into the Bayou Classic, man, when you're the favorite, you should always be concerned because history has shown through the Bayou Classic that the underdog has won a lot of times. Y'all buckle up. I'm gonna go into the time machine real quick. I want to say the year was like 1982. I know that's way before your time, Jamie G. But I was a young man. I was a young man, and I remember Southern was a very bad team that year. We beat Grambling 50-20. You know, that was like the first game I ever seen on VHS. I used to watch it on tape, like religiously. I was at the game, but I don't remember being at the game because I was little. But I used to watch the game on VHS every morning before I went to school. So that's a game, you know, that was an upset. You know, there's been a couple years where Grambling, you know, may not have been the best team, but you know, they pull out the victory. So I think if you're Southern, you need to approach this game like you playing the best team in the world, because Grambling gonna come in fired up. You know, their record gonna be whatever it is, but Grambling is gonna come in fired up. And if Southern don't match their energy, they can't go home with a loss. But like I said, I think you know, it's a scary thought if you're a Southern fan that you have to beat this team. Grambling hadn't played great all season. I expect Grambling to give Southern their best punch this weekend. And I think Southern gonna have to play sound football all night. They're gonna have to play the best game to get out of this game with a victory, because Grambling is gonna come ready to play. Everything that happened before Saturday is out of the window. The last time Southern had an opportunity to wrap up this West Division with a win, because Prairie View lost, they blew it. So, you know, Southern get a second chance at redemption. I don't know if the guys, you know, if they're looking at it that way, but you know, there's a lot on the line in this game. So I'm really eager to see how Southern approaches this game. If they approach this game in a wrong way, Prairie View going to be going to SWAC championship. But man, look like we done lost my boy again, man. He been in and out. So let's talk to Wild Wild West, man. I said it early, but I just feel like nobody wants to win this, and finally it's gonna come down to the last game of the season. The Bayou Classic determines the West again. I don't know how many years in a row that's been. I think it's gonna be a great TV audience, man. I don't know how great the attendance is gonna be. I know tickets are still readily available, and a lot of time when Grambling not winning, a lot of their people don't turn out. They diehards do, but a lot of the extra people don't turn out. So I think a lot of people gonna definitely be tuning in. That my boy go. Y'all see him? He here. What's up?
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, man. Finally got to get on the camera.
Yeah, he back, and he rolling with us, y'all. Y'all see he got his thing. He doing it. But man, we all let him get set up a little bit. But like I said, you know, I think this game gonna get a good TV audience, man, and I think people gonna get a good game, because I think Grambling they're gonna play with all they got. So it's really like a lot of games I say all season, man. This game is always gonna be dictated on how Southern play. If Southern don't play well, they probably may not win this game. Southern has not won a game this season where they didn't play a solid game. So if they play a poor game, I think Grambling got a good chance of winning this game.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I'm excited, man. Like I said, last season I wasn't excited for the Classic. You know, we was bad and Grambling was bad. This year, man, I'm ready, man. Unfortunately, I'm one of them people that go to New Orleans on game day. I don't go down there and stay no more. So I'm counting down to Saturday, man. I can't wait. I can't wait Saturday morning to get out of here and get down there in that dome. So man, you got any thoughts on what Grambling could do to win this game? Yeah, we're gonna let him get himself situated. Like I say, man, I think Southern defense gonna be a big factor, but I think the offense is definitely gonna have to make some time, make some plays, and keep the defense off the field. The longer the defense on the field, I think the better chances that they have to give Grambling opportunities. Southern definitely have to run the ball. Grambling, the run game gonna be key. I think Southern, if the passing game is clicking, then I think they win this game. If Grambling can make Southern struggle with the pass game, then I think they got a shot. But Grambling pass defense hasn't been that good this season. But I think Southern, it's up to Southern. Yeah, well, it's supposed to rain all weekend, so that always kind of changes some people, some people mindsets about going out to the game. So luckily the game inside, but a lot of people still might not go because it's raining. Bayou Classic was a time where everybody get their nice fits on and nobody want to get their clothes wet. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the rain affects it. Man, I think Big Thrillo, man, I think you ever get the opportunity, man, come and catch the game, man, because it's definitely one of them things. Inside is always, it's always a nice little atmosphere. Yeah, I think, like I say, like a lot of games I've said this season, I think this game totally depends on how Southern approaches it. If they come out and they play a solid first half and they don't turn the ball over, I think they win this game. The longer Grambling hangs around, the better chances I think Grambling has to win this game. I think Southern is gonna have to give Grambling opportunities to win this game. Obviously Grambling got a guy like Maurice Washington who can bust a big play at any time. They got some solid guys on defense who can make some plays. So there's talent on this team. Grambling not devoid of talent. So I hope nobody looking at Grambling like they don't got no players because they got guys and somebody always willing to step up on that Bayou Classic stage. So I think, if you're Southern and you come in and you like looking at their record, you're going to go home with a L, man. That's just for sure.
And it was typically comments.
You there, man? Man, let me just say, man, y'all know it's Thanksgiving and y'all know that means Cowboys playing, man. My boys up 28-13 on them Giants. So y'all put something in the air for the Cowboys, man. We're gonna pick up us another victory. 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And man, let's celebrate a Cowboy victory. 28-13, man.
I know Ole Miss and Mississippi State just kicked off not too long ago too.
Oh yeah, we got the Egg Bowl going on, man. We got Minnesota and New England about to kick off at 7:30. So you can't beat Thanksgiving football, man. That's always the best. And like this comment said, if you haven't been to Bayou Classic, man, you must catch one. The game always, the last few years, the game has always meant something for at least one of the teams. But just the environment and the atmosphere, I think is great. I think if you haven't been yet, you need to catch the whole weekend because I think, being able to go to Battle of the Bands on Friday and then a game on Saturday it's something that, really can't be matched. Grambling and Southern, it's a family type rivalry and you're going to have more people get together and have a good time. And I like it anytime Southern winning. So we winning right now. So I love the Bayou Classic. We losing, I can't stand it.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's gonna be a good game Saturday. I don't know, but for some odd reason, this Bayou Classic feels funny, even though Southern got the advantage. But I really think Grambling gonna pull it off. I don't know why I feel that way. It's
man,
something magical, don't, something to happen.
It's one of those games, man, where it's like you know that the feeling is lurking, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know why I got this feeling, man. Because it's just something about this classic that's so strange to me.
Yeah, like I said, I've been talking, with a few people this especially today. That's pretty much all with the conversation at my house. At my parents' house this weekend is the classic, because everybody in town for the game, and everybody got that feeling like, if Southern don't do what they need to do, Grambling gonna win this game. And like I keep saying, Grambling got guys. They got talent. They haven't put it together yet, but I think that this game could go either way because Southern hasn't really played a complete game. I guess the closest thing Southern played to a complete game this season was Prairie View. Other than that, they've been hit or miss. So if Grambling could catch them right, they're gonna walk out the dome with a victory.
Oh yeah. I think Grambling. I think Maurice Washington being healthy, if they can't stop him, I think they're gonna have a hiccup going on. But I don't know why I got that feeling. But I'm gonna go with Grambling in the game. But one of these days, I'm gonna get on down to that Bayou Classic, man.
Oh yeah, man. Like I said, it's a different feeling. Like if you haven't been to Bayou Classic, it's intense. You know what I'm saying? It's not Southern and Jackson intense because that's like, I mean, we all get along, but there's a little bit of hate there. At least I know from our side it is. I don't know how y'all feel sometimes, but it's intense. It's heavy trash talking. It's you can feel the tension in the air. Grambling is a little bit different. I mean, it's like a family thing. Everybody houses divided. We all got cousins that went to Grambling. Half of Grambling live in Baton Rouge. So, you know a lot of Grambling people. It's just but it's a fun time, man, and like I said, if you ever get down, man, I would say come down for the whole weekend because you get the full experience that way. I did that a lot, but now I'm at the point where I just go down on Saturday and come back on Saturday. But first time, I think you should experience the whole thing because it's very few games that match the entire weekend. There's games that are better on Saturday, but Friday and Saturday, it's hard to match.
Oh yeah, when you're on Bourbon, don't go past a certain spot unless you're in a certain time. That's all I'm gonna say.
Don't go. Hey, don't go past the poles in the middle of the street, bro. You go past.
Yeah, don't go down on the side streets either, man.
Yes, indeed.
Once y'all come back now.
Yeah, man. That's a place you take a wrong turn, man. It don't end up well for you. So and I mean, I got my share of stories that I had in that city. I don't know, my mama watching, so I ain't gonna say nothing.
Hey,
but
I think everybody got a good New Orleans story. I got
yes,
one that
indeed.
it's pretty funny, man. We was coming from New Orleans and messing around, and I had a fishbowl right on Bourbon, and man, I think I chugged that whole fishbowl, and so I was driving still. So I told my brother, I said, just leave me out of New Orleans and put me back on 55. It should be good. Man, we turned, and then I looked up. It said a sign, I think, a few miles to Baton Rouge. I was like, how the heck I get all the way from how did I miss that turn? Man, I made a bad turn, ended up in Baton Rouge, downtown Baton Rouge. I had to turn around and go back. Yeah,
that's a drive too.
That was one funny story, bro. Yeah, that I did like an extra hour for nothing, basically.
Hey, I share one, man. I ain't gonna share too many because I got a bunch of them. But I know one classic, man. It was cold that year, and I had been drinking since like 6 o'clock because we won. That was in the midst of the long streak Southern had over Grambling, and we had been partying all night, and so we was on Canal Street walking around and drinking and partying, and my cousin was staying. I forgot what hotel he was staying in, but he was staying down almost by the Riverwalk. So I'm walking down there trying to find it. Man, like I said, I hate to say it, but I was, in a very altered state of mind. I was pretty drunk. And so I stopped and asked the police where the hotel was. And he was like, man, just look up at the sign above you. You're standing right in front of it. I was like, oh, man.
Oh, wow.
and next thing I know, bro, I'm in my cousin's hotel room. I woke up. I don't even know how I got in there. That that's not one of the stories that I like to tell a lot, but I feel like y'all family, so I share it. But man, like I say, like you say, man, you go to New Orleans, you're gonna end up with a story. So if you haven't been to New Orleans for the Classic, man, please go and catch the environment because it's definitely one of a kind.
What we got with SWAC basketball? Any upsets this week?
This week so far, nobody really pulling off too many victories, but it's been a pretty good week. Before last week, man, the SWAC was on fire. The SWAC was running through everybody. The SWAC finished 3-3 in that Pac-12 SWAC Legacy Challenge. Southern got a victory on the road against Cal. So I thought that was probably one of the best weeks of SWAC non-conference basketball. And of course, the JSU women continued to put in work. Man, they beat the brakes off of ULL and they beat Texas Tech. So I think, man, it's gonna be a very good SWAC basketball season, man. I can't wait.
Oh yeah.
Yes, indeed. Pop that thing. You know how that goes, boy.
He went to 91, didn't he?
Yes, indeed, boy. I was in high school then. That's a little bit before my time, but I remember them days.
Oh man, DJ Jubilee.
That's what I'm talking about, boy. DJ Jimmy, boy. What? They get that bounce music going, man. That's what I'm talking about. But I think it's gonna be a great week of SWAC football, SWAC basketball. We got JSU women taking on UCLA on Friday, so that's a nice game to keep tabs on.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say it now, man. I don't see nobody in the SWAC beating JSU in women's basketball. Yeah, I mean, it may happen. It might happen, but still tournament time. It's gonna be hard to beat that team in tournament time, man. That team is on a roll. That the program is on fire, and that's the domination of that team. Year after the last couple of years, man, I have not seen in SWAC women's basketball in a long time.
Right.
And Pine Bluff women, they're pretty tough, and Pine Bluff men been hanging in there. They haven't picked up victories, but Pine Bluff men have been in a lot of games. They've been giving teams a run for their money. They haven't really got their victory though.
Is that guy is it Asias Guthrie from Delaware State? Do you see him coming to the SWAC? Because I see he's been I don't know why I say I think he I want to be JSU, but I think he's teasing everybody, man. That dude's a great pickup at safety. They do get him.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be SWAC, and like I said, I like you said, he might be teasing, but I do feel like he's leaning JSU. But he, I guess a lot of people asked him all day today because I saw he tweeted that he's not committed yet. So I think he probably looking at his options. But I think with a guy like Wilkerson already there, that's a guy he know, and JSU being a place that if you play defense, you gonna get the recognition. And I think he, JSU hot right now. That's the place to be. But I think whoever get him is gonna get a guy that's a baller, man. That guy is hungry, he's young, and he's a playmaker. So I think whoever get him definitely gonna benefit big time.
I know Alabama State had a quarterback that transferred. Wasn't it like the third string guy? Was pretty good.
Actually, they actually got two quarterbacks going in the portal. The Miles Crowley, who started some this year. I call him the 1B quarterback because Davis was injured so much, and Joe Owens, who was his backup. So yeah, they two of their top three quarterbacks are leaving. But I talked to DJ, because he's Mr. Alabama State, and he said they got a couple guys coming in too that can fill those spots. So maybe they feel like that's not a big loss, but the portal it's wide open, man. The portal been open since Monday, and it's mad people in there already. I think there's gonna be some surprising names going to Portland in the next couple of weeks too. So y'all keep your eyes out on that.
Please, Lord, not Malachi Wyman. Please, Malachi Wyman. Please don't do that to me.
Do you think he gonna go? Do you think there's a possibility he might go in the portal?
I can't say because I can't speak on it. But I hope he stays at JSU. That's a dynamic guy.
Yeah, I mean that when you talk athlete, that guy's an athlete, man. He's not a refined guy in any sport he plays, but he's an athlete in every sport he plays. Like he jumps out the gym in basketball. I mean, he obviously can jump out of stadium in football, and he can make the big plays. He's not a guy that you look at as, okay, this is the guy that's a technician in what he do, but he's an athlete and he's great at what he does. So, I like you say, I think if you JSU, that's a guy you need to hold on to because he can make plays for you. It's just he got to get himself in the right frame of mind and take care of the business that he needs to take care of. I think that's his biggest hurdle right there, is taking care of the business off the field that he needs to take care of.
I think Juice Jenkins in the portal as well. Where do you think Juice Jenkins might could possibly land? Where do you think would be a good spot?
I don't know off top, but I think anybody that needs a guy like a slot guy that can make some plays, he's an explosive guy. I mean, he battled injuries for a good portion of his career, but he's a guy that can make plays. So I think if he stays SWAC, I would. I mean, somebody like Bama State. I mean, I think his dad was there, but somewhere like that, or even FAMU, man, they use guys his size like crazy. So I think he would do well somewhere like that.
Crazy.
Or even Bethune-Cookman, but they losing Jalen Jones. So I don't know what their offense is gonna be like next year. But
FAMU, right?
Yeah. So I think FAMU is a good landing spot for a dude like that because they love those small, quick guys, man, and they know how to use them. So I would definitely pencil in a place like that if he chooses to say SWAC. I don't know, maybe he's trying to look another direction, but I would definitely keep that in mind.
Yeah, just long as Prime stays SWAC. That's all that matters to me.
Man, like I said, we gonna kind of close this out with a little bit of Prime talk. You know what I mean? We talked about this a little bit before we went on air, and we both kind of feel the same way. But it is that time of year, so all the BS start to fly, the rumors and the lies and everything. How, let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, how concerned are you about any of these rumors of Coach Prime with these coaching jobs?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna say maybe a 2. I'm not really worried about it. I think he's going to be here for at least another year because I don't see any indication of why he wanted to leave. He's trying to leave. I mean, he's still looking for 4-5 stars. He's recruiting hard and focused on this SWAC championship and possible Celebration Bowl run. I mean, hey, it's sweet in the SWAC. Why leave?
And one of the things I look at is, number one, I feel like too many people are putting out things. Everybody's already talking about they got offers here, offers there. I don't see any of them jobs being worth him leaving for, to be honest. I feel like if you're gonna leave, if you're gonna move up, you should move up for a job that's definitely worth moving up for. I don't think you should move up for a job that's a total rebuild. And I definitely don't think he should go somewhere like USF. I mean, like I keep saying, I lived in Tampa for 10 years. I watched that program basically in his first 6-7 years of life. And then it fell off the cliff after Coach Levitt left that school. And even when they were winning in like 2004, 2005, they still didn't have a great attendance. And stadiums like 20 minutes from the school. So that's not a good place for him. I know a lot of people keep trying to say, that he'll be a great fit there, but that's not the place for him.
No.
It's gonna. I think it's gonna take SEC money to get him out of there. To be honest with you, if you want to keep it at 100, I think it's gonna take SEC money to get him out of there.
And I think if Jackson State not willing to, tend to Prime's needs and his wants, I can't see what. I mean, that'd be the only way he'd be bailed out. But right now, I mean, he getting the support. I mean, he has a lot of control of what goes on in the program. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It seemed like he loved the city of Jackson. I don't see no indication of him leaving, but I hope he doesn't though. But I know at the end of the day, business is business. But
Yeah, I mean,
I think
oh no, go ahead.
yeah, but I think whenever he does decide to leave, I think Jackson State will be in a better position than it was when he first got there. Let's just leave it like that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like as a whole, the SWAC, I think we need to continue to get the most out of everything he brings to the table while he's here. Because a lot of the things that he brings to the table is gonna leave with him. So I think we need to do the best that we can to continue to build our brands and get in a position where if he does leave, everybody's still good. But like you said, I think he's doing things at Jackson State that he wants to continue to see grow. And I feel like he's the kind of guy that's not gonna just up and run. I mean, he got money, so it's not like he needs the money that somebody gonna offer him. I mean, everybody like to make more money. I mean, you make money, you can always want to make more. But I think he's in a position where he can be selective of the job that he takes. I don't think he need to jump at any job that come up because he's not gonna get the situation like he got at Jackson State right now anyway. So
right.
And honestly, I look at if he was to leave because I know he got that deal with Under Armour, I would look for him to go to a school that already got that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of schools not gonna be willing to let him switch the brand like JSU did. So I think that's something also to keep eyes on. In the next couple of years, a lot of bigger jobs probably gonna come up anyway. So why take a job now when a better job might come later?
Yeah, I hope Prime stay 10 years. that'd be beautiful for the SWAC, but I don't know. I'm just enjoying the ride as I got him. We got him here now, so.
And that's the way I look at it, man. This is one of the things that he might not be here. He might be here for a good time, not a long time. But then again, he might be here for a long time. But however long he's here, I think everybody needs to get what you can out of this situation before it go away. And it's like a lot of things. And it's a good point that Big Thrillo brought up. They bringing up that Prime Academy. Man, they got guys like. I mean, of course, we always talk about Art Browse, but they got guys like Hugh Freeze and all these guys that have allegations and all these real negative stuff against them. You can't hold that on Prime and then not hold that on other people. That's just, to me, that's just somebody trying to diminish his potential for a job. So I think. Man, hey, somebody never failed to get. But man, like I said, I think Coach Prime gonna if he do make a move, it's gonna be for the best opportunity for him because he's a businessman. He's not gonna make crazy decisions. He's not gonna make spur of the moment impulsive decisions. So any decision he makes is gonna be something that he feels like is the right move. So I personally, I think a lot of stuff is BS and lies. I think people are trying to get like those guys from the 24/7 websites and stuff. I think they're just trying to get clicks, bro. So until something come from him, I look at it like ain't nothing real.
Yeah. I agree. I feel the same way.
But like I said, I think and we talked about this a little bit before we went on air. I think this is something that's gonna be a part for the course as long as he at Jackson State. His name gonna be thrown in there, and I think it's not fair to him. Although this is what coaches search is about, I don't think I don't think it's fair for him or the team to have those distractions. But that's gonna be what it is until he either 100% squashes this stuff, which still not gonna stop nobody from saying nothing, or he leaves at some point. So I think this is just gonna be one of the things everybody gotta get used to. You just gotta get used to having the finest girlfriend on the block and everybody trying to holler. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like you just got to, I think a lot of people are gonna have to get to the point where they don't take those kind of rumors and discussions personally. Because I think some people take them personally, and it's not that. It's just that people see a value in him and they want to get the most out of him.
Oh yeah.
So like I said, whatever he does is gonna be the best for him, and I think whatever move he make gonna leave JSU in a good position too. So I just think he still got a lot of unfinished business in the SWAC. So I expect to see him here at least, like you said, at least a year, if not more. But man, like I said, man, I done had a little bit too much Thanksgiving fun, man. I'm over here. I'm feeling pretty good, man. I got my Jaguar cup over here.
See, man, Hennessy ain't snuck up on you.
So man.
Hey, I can't partake in nothing like that till tomorrow evening. I gotta go to work, y'all. How many of y'all gotta go to work in the morning, man? I do.
I do too.
Off like
I gotta sleep it off because I got an early morning, man.
Yeah, man.
But it's Bayou Classic weekend, man. My Cowboys done won. Hey, let's celebrate, man. We're gonna know who playing in the SWAC championship on Saturday. We're gonna know who facing that final SWAC boss, and we're gonna see what happens. So, man, like I said, I know you kind of been in and out today. I appreciate you stopping through, man, because I know you wasn't at home and you wanted to still do your thing with me. So I definitely appreciate that. Anything you got going on this week?
Not too much going on this week, man. Hopefully we could do something SWAC championship wise, definitely, man.
Oh yeah,
and get some a preview and everything like that. But other than that, man, man, thank y'all for subscribing to my channel too as well. My channel went from probably 32 subscribers from October to now. I'm at over 120. So I'm
bro.
Going.
Yeah, you were just at 100 the other day.
Yeah. I'm steadily climbing the ladder, man. I appreciate y'all, man. That subscribing to my channel, man, and I'm definitely looking to work with some. I'm definitely looking to build that brand, man. It's slowly coming, but it's coming, man.
Oh yeah, man. Like I said, it's a grind, bro. Like I said, I always say it, but it's worth it when you put in the work. Sometimes it's tough when you look at what other people are doing, and you see them numbers, and you like, damn, man, I'm not, I'm only here. But you do what you do, man. People recognize what you're doing, and they see you got something going good, and people hopping on board. So, man, like I said, I salute you because, like I said, I remember you just crossed 100, and you already past that. So, man, just keep on doing what you do, and you always gotta.
I'm still.
You always got a spot over here because we like family now. You know what I'm saying? So, man,
most definitely.
If you could loan me like $5, I'd be happy.
Okay, I bet.
But man, seriously though, man, like I said, I want to congratulate you on what you're doing, man. You're doing a good thing, and man, y'all make sure if y'all ain't subscribed to me, hit that button, man. I'm trying to hit that 800. I'm trying to get to that 1,000 to get monetized, but I'm taking it step by step.
We're gonna get you to 1,000, bro.
We're gonna get there, man. Like I said,
So we could
We
go
gonna get there.
live without StreamYard.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
we gonna make it
Go
happen.
live right on YouTube.
That's what I'm saying, man. So y'all, y'all definitely continue to support my boy Jamie G, man. He's definitely a good guy, man. He's very SWAC knowledgeable. And if you haven't checked him out, man, please check him out. Y'all continue to support both of us. SWAC Smoke always gonna still be here. My boy DJ, man, I'm gonna try to get him back in the house one day soon so he can continue to do his thing. And we're gonna do what we do, man. So me personally, I'm gonna be back on Sunday with my SWAC talk recap. Hopefully, I'm happy. If not, y'all probably gonna see a big G in the box over there because I got a couple bets with people from Grambling, so I don't really want to pay those off. So let's go Jags, man. Y'all make this happen for me, please. Other than that, man,
y'all want y'all G back.
Oh, they win. They getting extra. They probably getting extra G's if they win. If they win, they probably getting. They probably getting 4 G's if they win. So, man, y'all, please let's keep Grambling losing lottos and let's get this dub. But, man, like I said, I'll be back on Sunday and we'll be back on Thursday, man. We're gonna talk some SWAC championship football because we still got 2 games left after this. So, we're gonna still do what we do, man. Like I said, I'd like to thank you for stopping through. Like I said, I know you had a lot going on with the holidays, so man, I appreciate you still coming through and making that happen. Y'all catch us next week. And man, we out of here. I'm about to go get me some rest. But we'll holler at y'all.